Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, September 27th, and welcome back to the Nick Watkins Show. I'm Nick Watkins. Let's get into it. So, a lot happened yesterday, and we're going to discuss all of it, starting locally with the Giants. The Giants won 6-3 yesterday against the Colorado Rockies on the last Orange Friday of the year. Giants 6 runs on 7 hits they had to air, and the Rockies 3 runs on 6 hits they had no errors. The big story from the game, in my opinion, was Trevor McDonald going in his second career start, his first career start at Oracle Park, and he got his first ever win. And he went 7 strong innings, struck out 10 Rockies. 9 of them were swinging strike threes, and he gave up 3 earned runs, and it was just because of a homer from Tovar in the fifth inning. So if you take away the homer, then that's it. He was fantastic, even with giving up that 3 run shot. And those were the only runs the Rockies scored all game. So McDonald definitely did a good job, potentially fighting for a job next year in the rotation. And he pitched amazing. He's had 2 starts this year, one against the big bad Dodgers, and then this one against the Rockies. He was great in both. So shout out to McDonald, his first win. And then the save, the 17th of the year for Ryan Walker, who struck out 2 through 1 inning. And the loss went to German Marquez, his 16th loss of the year. He ends up with a 3-16 record. Not very good. But yeah, so a good win for the Giants. And another big part of the game was the shortstop for the Giants, Willy Adames, who not only hit his 29th homer of the year, one away from breaking the Bonds curse, if you will, but he won the 2025 Willie Mack Award. And I think, was there any ever doubt? Was there ever any doubt? That's right. I found it eventually. Yeah, Willie. He's just when we first signed him, we kept hearing all these things about how Bomel would always say like he treats every day like it's opening day, and he always has a smile on his face, and he's just a positive presence. And just watching the way that the year started out for him, where he was just ice cold, he could not hit anything, and then June 10th, I believe it was, the start of the Rockies series, where he started wearing purple sleeves, and I guess that maybe played a part in it, but he was just grinding out every day, even when he was playing horribly. And then on June 10th, the season turned around, and he became our best player throughout the summer, where everyone else forgot how to play baseball. He was the only one who was consistently doing well. So Willie, even though the start of the season was very bad for him, he has definitely turned it around and had a very nice season in his first year with the Giants. Just taking a look at his stats. Last year, he had a fantastic year, 112 RBIs and 31 homers, I think. This year, he's hitting 226, which is not the best, but he does have 86 RBIs, 29 homers, and he has played, I think, every game but two. And the reasons for that, one was an off day, and which was ironically June 8th, the day. So he took an off day, and then we had a team off day, and then was June 10th, where I said his season turned around, where he was hitting like 400 in the month of July or something like that. Maybe not 400, but he had a great summer, and it started right after the off day. So, but yeah, he took one off day for rest, and then he was ejected from one game, and those were the only 2 games he's missed all year. And that really says something about him and all the guys on the team who have him playing almost every day. Guys like Willie and Chappie, Rafi since he got here, Ramos and Lee have also been playing a lot. Um, it just really speaks to who this team is trying to become. And so yeah, he's absolutely 100% deserving of the award. He's just such a positive presence, and he's always got a smile on his face, and he makes baseball fun to watch. And I remember them saying when we first signed him, like, we will take the average defense for the great bat. And honestly, while the bat hasn't been great, it's been good, but his defense has been very good. he's playing next to Matt Chapman, so it makes it easier for him. But he's been very good defensively this year. That's really impressed me. So shout out Willy Adames, the 2025 Willie Mack Award winner. And that's what happened for the Giants yesterday. And they will play today. I will be at the game. Uh, Justin Verlander making the last start of the year, his last start of the year against Kyle Freeland, who was part of the incident that got Adames ejected for one of the 2 games he missed. So that's what happened for the Giants. Now, a lot also happened around the league, and we'll start in Boston, where the Red Sox walked off the Tigers in the 9th inning to clinch a playoff spot. The Tigers had the lead. They were up 3-1 going into the 7th inning, and the Red Sox scored a run in the 7th, 8th, and 9th to come back and win the game to clinch the playoffs. And so yeah, they traded away Rafael Devers to us, and yet they still made the playoffs. So a good effort from the Red Sox, and who knows how far they'll go in October. And speaking of the Tigers, who lost to the Red Sox, the Guardians also lost. So both teams in the AL Central lost, meaning that there is still a tie in the top of the division. I believe the Guardians have the tiebreaker, however. And then speaking of ties, the top divisions, the Blue Jays beat the Blue Jays beat the Rays 4-2, and the Yankees beat the Orioles 8-4 thanks to 2 homers from Giancarlo Stanton. So there is still a tie atop the AL East, and the Central and the East are the only 2 divisions that haven't been clinched and locked up already. So yeah, we'll be watching that, monitoring that over the last 2 games of the year. Yankees and Blue Jays both win. Guardians and Tigers both lose to keep those ties intact. And then for the NL wild card, which is a big deal, we'll start with the Diamondbacks, who have now been eliminated from playoff contention due to Fernando Tatis Jr. and the Padres beating them 7-4 last night. And then, so they're eliminated, and that means the only 2 teams remaining fighting for that spot are the Mets and the Reds. We'll start with the Mets, who lost 6-2 to the Marlins yesterday. The Marlins scored six runs in the 5th inning. Those are the only runs that they scored in the whole game, came in the 6th inning, or the 5th inning. They scored 6 of them, and they beat the Mets 6-2, which allowed the Reds to move into a tie, I believe, with the Mets for the last wild card spot, because the Reds beat the Milwaukee Brewers, the best team in baseball record-wise, 3-1 yesterday. And if the season were to end right now, it would be the Reds making the playoffs because they hold the tiebreaker over the New York Mets. So with 2 games to go, the Mets no longer control their own destiny. They have to rely on the Brewers to beat the Reds at least once. If the Mets win 2 and the Reds lose 1, then the Mets will make it. But if the Reds win out, they make the playoffs. They control their own destiny and would cement a big collapse for the New York Mets. And then in other wildcard news, like I said, the Padres won, and the Cubs demolished the Cardinals 12-1. So those are the scores in the wild card. The Astros as well, for the AL wild card, they lost, and they are now, let's see here, a game back of the Tigers. Yeah, a game back of the Tigers. So they need to win out if they want to make the playoffs, and they need some help as well. That's for the American League wild card, and that is what happened for baseball yesterday. So 2 divisions still not decided, and those will come down to the last day of the regular season, and it's going to be exciting.